Hey there, everybody. Koibu here to tell you about how we won each different challenge each week. Let's start with the first one. That was the Intel bot that came in and it asked different questions. It was the trivia question. We really had no idea what that one. That was the very first week. We didn't even know what day the bot was coming in or what time. I was actually in the middle of a different show. Bot showed up in chat. We had no idea. My people in chat took care of it, and we got like fifth place. Barely managed to survive. Next one was the Twitter challenge, and my people fucking went to bat for me. Oh my god, my people fucking kicked ass in that. We made lots of fake Twitter accounts. Like each person would have 4 or 5 Twitter accounts, and I think some people found a way where you like send out a tweet from multiple accounts at once. Or no, what was it? I wasn't involved in this, but they were maybe it was like they no, it was a hotkey setup. They had some program, some Twitter thingy where you could like just use arrow keys or just a couple of key combinations to like retweet a whole bunch of like tons of things at the same time, just retweet all this stuff or send out all these tweets at the same time. So we had one guy who all total combined had 16,000 tweets and retweets between all of his. I think he probably had multiple accounts with it, and just like fucking went crazy over that. We had a lot of guys, a lot of people that had 10K plus tweets or tweets and retweets. My people went fucking crazy over that. They went balls to the walls. That was a moment that left me speechless when I first kind of looked at my Twitter feed, which never stopped scrolling that entire week. It just never stopped scrolling. It went forever and ever and ever and ever. Like if I had my Twitter feed open, I glanced over every minute, 100 new tweets. Another minute, 150 new tweets. Next minute, 200 new tweets. Next minute, 50 new tweets. It was a never-ending torrent. And that's because my people were going fucking crazy over it. They had like discussions. There was a whole document about like how to tweet most efficiently that my mods had set up. And that's where the like, oh my god, the koi bots, they use bots, they're such fucking cheaters, blah blah blah. Like, that's where it all came from. And you know what? There might have been 1 or 2 actual bots out there, maybe. But if they were not the majority. They were the minority. And you know what? I bet everyone had some viewers that set up a tweeting bot for them. Probably. My people went crazy, but they went crazy hard work. This is going to sound ridiculous, but the guy who did 16,000 tweets literally had to go see a doctor because he damaged his index finger from poking the keyboard so much. Literally, he had to go to a doctor's appointment. I don't know what the injury was, but like, I can't believe it. We busted our ass there, and we got second place. We beat third place by a really large margin, but we got second place. We couldn't beat Al Capone just because he had 200. What was it? 200,000 followers on Twitter. You just can't beat that, right? But in terms of voting power, I think each of our people, I think I had like 26 votes per person or tweets per person over the course of that week, whereas he had like 0.5 tweets per person. But we went crazy over that. And that was the moment where I was like, holy shit. I'm not just some random guy playing video games online. Like, there's a real community here, a real community that cares and is going crazy over this stuff, That was the moment where I was like, oh my god. This isn't a game. This is serious. Like, these people really care. That was the moment where I finally felt so connected to my chat because of the effort that they put in. It floored me, really. Like, when I was off stream, when the tweets first started coming through, that first and second day, I kind of just sat here at my computer watching them. I was like, what the fuck is going on? It was a literally life-changing moment for me. Let's move on, though. Next competition was the What's Up, Patty competition, where my roommate walks by and I say, what's up in the morning. No, actually, the real second competition was... what was the second competition? Oh, it was the multi-game competition. How many games can you play at a time? How many different games can you play in a week? And that's the one that we moved our 120-hour stream for. That was the crazy one. We streamed for 120 hours straight. That's 5 days. we streamed Thursday from noon to Tuesday at noon, and we got in 90 different games over the course of that time, not including the games that were too difficult or too evil and annoying to play that we stopped playing. Like Barbie Vacation Adventure was so bad. After 20 minutes of playing it, I was ready to just tear my eyeballs out, so we stopped. But we managed to get through Barbie Supermodel because, hey, I fucking rocked that game. I could match like no one else. All right. You can't say that we didn't earn that one. Like, marathon streams are my thing. Like, I've been training to do those for a year now. It was a lot of. I had spent 3 months trying to train for the marathon stream, but I was aiming for the next week. My sleep schedule was actually off. I had just gotten really bad sleep 2 nights before, and ended up having to like take a sleeping pill the night before the marathon stream in order to go ahead on time. But even then, I was too stressed out and ended up not working, and I was up really late. But we fucking kicked ass there. And no, for those people like, oh my god, he probably uses all sorts of drugs to stay awake. No. Lots and lots of water. You got to stay fucking hydrated if you're going to stay up all night and do those fucking marathon streams. Water is the key. And then very, very carefully focused caffeine use. Yes, I did use some energy drinks in there, but they were very focused and very carefully picked, and used minimally. It was like 1 on day 3, then 2 the next day, then 3 the next day, then 4 the next day. Oh, that's too many days. I don't remember the exact pattern, but it was like 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, or 1, then 3, then 4, or something like that. It was careful and very carefully spaced. No other stimulants, no other drugs to stay awake for that time. Just dedication and effort and work and planning and preparation, and having a bucket of ice next to your face that you can dunk your face in so that you can wake up. Also, another invention that we made was the frozen boxer shorts, boxer briefs. Never do this, but if you really, really need to wake up, get like a cloth pair, like a nice thick cotton pair, not that really thin ones, but nice thick cotton pair of boxer briefs. Soak them in water and throw them in the freezer. And then when you need to wake up, you just put them on. And oh my god, it's like jumping into a snowdrift buck naked. It will wake you the fuck up, and it is very unpleasant. We did that a couple times in order to stay awake. I took a bunch of just dipping my head in the showers. I had my fiance spray me down with a hose. I had my roommate slapping me in the face to keep me awake. I had someone sitting here jostling me, hey, wake up, as I was micro sleeping in and out. I know some people were worried about the health risks involved in that, but I've been doing this for a while. I've done a lot of research. I found really no serious long-term effects from acute sleep deprivation like this. Chronic sleep deprivation is a problem. Acute sleep deprivation doesn't seem to be one. This is not medical advice to anyone else. You should consult your doctors. You should do your own research, but I'm confident in the health issues regarding this. It's not an issue. What was the next week? The next week was the engagement challenge. Not the getting engaged challenge, which I had actually just beaten a few weeks ago. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. But the chat engagement challenge. So how engaged can your chat stay? And we went from streaming 120 hours in a week to streaming 10 hours in a week, and only at nighttime, because we had so many people during the daytime coming in just being total raging assholes to us about everything, about cheating, about blah blah blah, that I was like, well, we're just going to stream at night now, because that way we won't, we're all roughly within the same time zones. I think we're all within 3 hours of each other time zone wise. So if I stream at night and I already have a 50-60% European audience, you know what? I'm going to get a lot less people coming in trying to screw with us, trying to, showing up then leaving right away. So keep the streaming to a bare minimum. Just do it in the evenings. That way your stream numbers stay pretty constant, and stream as little as possible. And that's how we got through that. I saw a bunch of other people using different tactics, but for me it was, I want to win. If I don't get first place, I am out of the tournament. So we are going to stream as little as possible, and we're going to do it at the right time so that we have as few randoms coming in as possible. And that's how we did that week. But because hey, if you want to win, you're gonna have to do whatever it takes to win, right? Even if that means streaming less, which is an unfortunate side effect, but that's how we had to do it. The week after that was the combo challenge. Initially, we had for our first run, which got about 2K, we had a bot in chat that timed people out automatically whenever they broke a combo. And Intel said that wasn't legit. Please don't do that. They didn't say that beforehand. They said it afterwards. And we said, fine. All right, we'll do it on our own. We checked all of our strategies. We ran all of our strategies by them the next time, and they said, yeah, all the things you're going to do now are fine. And so this is what we did. We spent about 55 hours between the 5 of us. What's up? We spent about 55 hours between the 5 of us putting together a list of people that should be banned. We created lists we went into Al Capone's chat and DM Brandon's chat and looked at all the people that were there and just banned them all in our chat before we did our next challenge. We modded all of our subs. We went through the logs and looked at people who were regulars in chat. We could tell by who would use the bot commands. How would they address me as Koibu? Would they address me as Neil? What sorts of things would they say? How often do they show up in chat? So we used a bot to kind of like sort through all of these things and create a list of people that could theoretically be trusted. And then we modded all of those people. So we had like 300 mods, maybe not 300, maybe it was like 150. It's like 150 or 200 mods in chat, spamming as fast as possible. And then we had an 8-minute window where there were no combo breakers. And so we got a 22,000 vote, or a combo of 22,000 Team Koibus. And compare that to the next best person, who I don't have that number in front of me right now, but it was like 650, maybe 700, I think is what CoCarnage got, somewhere around there. But compare that to our 22,000 chain. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. And this is where people are like, oh my god, they use bots. No. You can take a look. We still have the logs, I think, of all the of who said what, when, and where. We put a bunch of videos of it together. If you want, I can give you those logs, and you can go and search them for all the patterns you want. You can, look at how frequently people vote. If I don't know if the logs actually show down to the millisecond, but if it's a bot, it's going to be very, very even. If the person, there's going to be a little bit more variation. Of course, with 250 mods, you can just look at how often everyone voted, how frequently they did it, and you can see, okay, well, this person has like 280 in this period of time, or 600 in this period of time. And all right, well, actually all of these people have it. And then you can go look at those usernames, and we can show you chat logs and be like, okay, we can match this username. Oh, this person here is chatting normally. Okay, this person here is chatting normally. This person here is chatting normally. Like, you can go back and you can look at all the top people who spammed and see if they are normal chatters or if they're bots. And I promise you, they're all normal chatters, all of them. So no bots there. Then we go to the high score challenge. And the high score challenge is one that was difficult for us. I picked Minesweeper, which turned out to be amazing. And the reason I picked it was a slimy motherfucking reason. But again, if you want to win, you're going to do whatever it takes to win. And I fucking want to win, Intel. The reason I picked Minesweeper is I figured if we're all roughly equal at the game, I would be willing to stream Minesweeper for 12 hours straight to get a high score. But Al Capone and CoCarnage, the two people left at the time, I don't know if they feel comfortable streaming a game as boring and lame as Minesweeper to their chat for 12 hours straight, I think their chat's going to get a little bit upset. Their jimmies are going to get rustled, and the streamer's not going to want to continue it. And that's why I picked Minesweeper. It turns out that I just happen to be really good at Minesweeper as well, and that neither of them had played it before, really, which works even better in my favor. But that's why I picked Minesweeper, was because that was the one way I thought I could get an edge. And I just got really lucky that CoCarnage picked Typing of the Dead, which I did really well in. And I was 0.5%. My score was 0.5% lower than Al Capone's score at the end for Call of Duty Zombies. And then CoCarnage had to come through afterwards and just like blow both of our scores out of the water with his 500,000 point score. Oh, you bastard. I was so upset when you did that. When you got that 500,000 run, I started quaking in my boots. I was like, holy shit. Is he going to beat us this week? Oh my god, is he actually going to beat us this week? What? I was freaking out, man. but Minesweeper saved me in the end. Like our typing of the dead scores were really close. Our racing game score, our grid 2 scores were really close. I mean, I think it was like 6% away. If once you normalize the scores, that we were 6% away there. Like, I don't know. I don't remember what exactly. Like 4% apart in typing of the dead. I think we were 30% apart in um, zombies, and then we were like 60% apart in Minesweeper, which is how we squeaked in that win. Fucking Minesweeper, man. I never thought Minesweeper would ever play an important role in my life in any way, shape, or form. And I'm pretty sure CoCarnage said something to the same effect. Thank you, Minesweeper. That you were amazing. And that's how we've gotten through each challenge. As I said before, if you have any doubts, I said this in my other video about the legitimacy of our runs. If you think that we've cheated here, if you are like, honestly convinced that there's something foul afoot here, and you're a judge in this competition, PM me. Send me an email, koibu@regalgoblins.com. Send me a Skype, a tweet. Send me a Twitch PM. Any one of those things. And I'm happy to find whatever data I can and share it with you about this stuff. I won't do it for everyone, just it's too much of a pain in the ass. But for the judges, like, honestly, take a look at the data. We didn't cheat once. We worked really, 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 really hard to get here. And I'm very proud of my chat and myself for being able to get here. I think it's something that most people wouldn't be able to do. And I think it shows what dedication and sacrifice can bring you. If when you put your mind to something, you can do it. And that's how we got here. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.